So off the tip, it's Boston. So the New York starting five. Mello is the 3. Amari is at the 4. Calderon and Smith are the 1 and the 2. And it's Dallenberg in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, I don't really know what to call it other than maybe the shoelace incident. But remember last year, J.R. Smith got himself into trouble for untying Sean Marion's shoelaces during a free throw.
Now here's Stoudemire. Here's Anthony. Drops one in from the wing. Anthony's got the opening field goal of the game for the Knicks.
You always like to get that first lead of the game.
Yeah, you know, Steve, a good way to set the tone early on there.
Rondo kicks to Sullinger, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Now with J.R. Smith, it proved to blow up into a major distraction for him and the team. And while some applauded him for not taking things too seriously, most gave him flack for not being 100% mentally into the game.
Yeah, and you know, the problem simply, Kevin, is that it is an accumulation of those kinds of issues with JR that lead to people thinking that he's not quite locked in and focused, and that really might not be the case, but it's the impression it leaves. I think he's got to be more businesslike between the lines on a regular basis.
Here is Rondo. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. The pass to Sullinger. Green dishes to Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Off with the layup. Here's Anthony. And Boston with the rebound. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Sullinger, a screen on Stoudemire. Green, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and a terrific finish.
Now here's Calderon. And that one's good.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
The Celtics have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside Rondo. Feeds it to Bradley. Back to Rondo. Bradley is screen on Calderon. 5 on the clock. Green kicks to Rondo. Puts up a 3. Another miss by Rondo. New York leading by 4. Smith the pass to Calderon. Back to Smith. Deep 2 from Anthony. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Anthony's got his second bucket.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
And it's Rondo penetrating, and the wide open shot from Green. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Green's got 5. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, Derek Fisher had a few moments to share with me. Yes, Kevin, when we talked about this game, he said his concern was how to handle Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, Rondo has no problem getting to the middle of defenses and finding open teammates. We have to make him become more of a jump shooter. Let's see if they can do just that.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now, here's Bradley. Following the miss by J.R. Smith. Green, no luck. The Knicks with the lead. And pushing it up, here's New York. Anthony leading the charge.
That's why there were so many whispers and rumors last year of whether or not Carmelo was going to stay in New York or not. But it seems like he dealt with the distractions and obviously had a tremendous season.
New York shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Celtics trail by 5. Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Sullinger. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And Carmelo's free agency might have been a distraction, but you can't blame that for the Knicks' struggles.
No, and he did the right thing refusing to talk about it. I thought he handled that fairly well, but while his free agency didn't cause their struggles, I'd say their struggles did weigh heavily in his free agency deliberations.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And here's Rondo. Bradley sets the pick for Rondo. The drive by Green. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And that's now 7 points for Jeff Green. Calderon dishes to Carmelo. Pass to Smith. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Stoudemire. That's good. Celtics trail by 5. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. And it's sent back from Tallenbear. And he's able to get it back. Passes it to Rondo. The feed to Bass. Outside, Green. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got 10.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
Dallenberg with the screen on Bradley. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
It's stolen by Dallenberg. Outside Anthony. And he banks in the layup. 8 points for him.
Boy, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
Samuel Dallenberg, a 6'11" shot blocker and rebounder. His numbers are solid, but he seems to have a way of wearing out his welcome with coaches. You notice he's played for 5 teams in the last 5 seasons.
Celtics trail by 6. Outside Rondo. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. And last season, Dallenberg, a bit of a stopgap for Dallas. He faced his share of critiques from Coach Carlin regarding conditioning Clark and focus.
In addition to that, somewhat turnover prone too, Kevin. He can pick up careless fouls as well, but when you're an athletic 6'11" and can make free throws and finish around the basket, you'll always have a home in the NBA.
Well, Rajon Rondo still in a Celtics uniform, and that didn't seem like a foregone conclusion over the last season. Boston in the midst of a complete rebuild, and Rondo already in the prime of his career, so a lot of discussion about a possible trade.
You know, you look at Rondo and you get the sense that perhaps he covets a chance to lead the Celtics as the team's undisputed franchise player. You know, that's a mantle he's not quite carried in his career. He said he'd love to have another 10 years in Boston.
And he sinks the second. And for the Celtics, hard to give up an elite player like Rondo.
Well, Brad Stevens called him their clear-cut best player and the leader of this team. And, you know, Rondo has a chance to put himself in that echelon if he sticks around Boston in terms of being one of the all-time great Celtics.
They get it back, and that one's good.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second-chance points for him.
Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. He feeds it to Green. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
New York leading by 7. Calderon with it. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Rondo. For the finish, a huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And those are the kind of plays that will turn that deficit into a lead quickly. So solid defense on the ball, that's the key.
Now here's Stoudemire. Kicks it to Dallenberg. Smith for three. Rebound by Jeff Green.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there, challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. Fires it up. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Calderon against Rondo. Calderon passes to Carmelo. He kicks to Smith. Stoudemire outside. Clock at 6. Puts it up. Smith missing again.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And a new group in for the Knicks. Smith checked in for Dallenberg. Shumpert comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Smith. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jose Calderon. And Prigioni kicks to Anthony. Into Smith. The pass to Hardaway. New York moving it around. Prigioni dishes to Smith. Good. And the Knicks lead by 3.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominated.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Now here's Thornton. Olenek the pass to Thornton. Smart kicks to Turner. A beautiful reverse layup.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Here's Hardaway. After the made shot from Evan Turner. Here's Shumpert. The shot no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Shot's good by Anthony.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Celtics trail by 3.
You know, it seemed like the Knicks would always find a way to come up short on the road, and that was reflected in their overall record as the road team.
And a wide open look for Thornton. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Prigioni. And that one's good. Prigioni's got his first points of the game. As you guys are seeing, those close losses did add up for the Knicks last year, and Steve, it certainly hurt them in the standing.
Sure did, Kevin. I mean, an 18-23 road record. You know, they were better than others at getting those away wins, but they missed out on a few chances by letting some games slip away.
So it's the Celtics now, following the score by New York.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Here's Prigioni. Screen by Smith. Prigioni dishes to Smith. Pass to Prigioni. 6 on the shot clock. Hardaway for 3. The rebound by the Celtics. 1:03 left in the first quarter of the game. Smart kicks to Thornton. There's the dish to Turner. And again, it's Boston converting.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Here's Prigioni. Dishes to Smith. Left side Hardaway. Feeds it to Carmelo. 11 feet away. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Anthony's got it all tied up now for New York. Boston's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Wallace with this screen for Smart. He dishes it to Thornton. Pass to Smart. Back to Thornton. That three off the mark. Now here is Hardaway. Anthony in the corner. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Tie game in Boston. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Don't stay real free. Hey, Mr. Venom. Yo, hola.
Well, we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
New York shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. They've got Turner. Smart is out there with Thornton. Then it's Wallace. And it's Olynyk in at center. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Shumpert with it, now guarded by Smart. Shot clock at 6. Shumpert passes to Hardaway. Takes the 13-footer, and he connects with the jumper. Hardaway has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Knicks.
Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the 5-time All-Star point guard, was taken with the 24th pick in last year's draft and really proved to be a pleasant surprise for the Knicks.
Now here's Turner. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Turner against Shumpert. Passes it to Smith. There's the feed to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Tries again, and the layup is good. Anthony's got 14 points for the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. Now here's Olynyk, covered by Smith. Elbow shot is on the way, and he gets it to go. Olynyk's got his second basket of the game. And amongst a rookie class that struggled to make much of an impact last season, Tim Hardaway Jr. probably exceeded expectations more than any other rookie. Wouldn't you say, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I agree. I thought he was terrific. He shot the ball well in every facet. He ran the floor in transition, played within himself. Like a lot of Michigan players, you know, he's very skilled. He can dribble, pass, and shoot. And really was a perfect fit with that Knicks team.
Now here's Olynyk from the low block. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Smith with a screen on Wallace. And Anthony gets it to go.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Smart dishes to Turner. They set the pick. He feeds it to Olynyk. There's the three. And Shumpert pulls it down. For New York, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. As everyone knows, Amari Stoudemire has had to battle back from his share of numerous injuries, and he switched to a vegan diet in order to help stay healthy. He said it was tough, and when asked which foods he missed the most, he said, "I love chicken and I love Chilean sea bass. I missed it, but I wanted to stay strong." Guys?
Interesting. Thanks, Doris. Now here's Smart. Iman Shumpert unable to get his last shot to go. And it's Turner off the drive to the middle. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Now here's Shumpert. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Calderon against Bradley. 5 to shoot. Step back shot. That one a little long.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the closeout there, Steve. Well done.
Bass and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Bass has got it all tied up now for the Celtics. Smith outside. Kicks it to Dallenberg. The rebound by the Celtics. Sullinger's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Rondo passes to Sullinger. Rondo kicks to Green. Back to Rondo. Shumpert against Bradley. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall.
Well, the history of college coaches switching over to the NBA is pretty daunting, but Brad Stevens and the Celtics can't worry about those who came before him. He's just got to be himself, and he was well regarded in Boston. Despite the fact that they went through a rebuilding process last year, he did a really good job.
Boston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here's Rondo. It's Bradley on the wing. Releases. No good. So New York will take it the other way. On the wing, Shumpert. Guarded by Bradley. Here's Calderon. Jump shot is good that time. And the Knicks lead by 2.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Sullinger with a screen for Bradley. Sullinger the screen. And it's Rondo in the corner. There's Green with the 3. That's good. Green's got 13 points.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
New York calls timeout.
You know, after Jeff Green had that strong performance in the 2013 playoffs, he was handed the keys in Boston. But while his minutes went up, his efficiency went down. Maybe he's not suited for that lead role.
Boston on D. Stoudemire outside. Calderon dishes to Dallenberg. Soft touch off the glass. Dallenberg's got 6.
And Jeff Green, you know, in the 3rd season of a big 4-year contract from the Celtics, they've certainly been big believers in his potential, and I think he's going to pay dividends on that belief.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
Yeah, we're still in the first half. I mean, the way this thing is going, this could turn into a wild one.
Now, here is Smith on the wing. Shumpert. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. He's got 8. You look at Jeff Green over his career, the 5th pick back in 2007, played big minutes for the Thunder and the Celtics.
But he struggled to find consistency, Kevin. I mean, some nights he's great, others he disappears, and that's just sort of a mystery.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Brandon Bass now in his 10th season out of LSU, pick and pop, power forward. A mid-range shot is a strength of his game, and he's really improved defensively the last couple of years as well.
Well, a pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you. Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And so here is New York.
And Bass is much more of an offensive-minded big man. At 6'8", he's not a big-time defender or rebounder. His job really is to space the floor and put points on the board. Well-executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
Outside Rondo. He kicks it to Bradley. Down low. Bass passes to Sullinger. Shot clock at 6. Bradley against Smith. That savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. Bradley's got the game tied up here for the Celtics. And Brandon Bass earning the nickname No Pass Bass. This is team more career turnovers than assists.
Yeah, but that's his role, Kevin. You know, when he's open, knock it down. And what I like about Bass is that he has improved his defense considerably. Last couple of years with Doc Rivers in Boston, that was something that Doc really emphasized.
Now Rondo. Jose Calderon missing from long range. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, Jared Sullinger slipped in the 2012 draft over concerns about his back. He ended up missing the latter half of that rookie season when he had to have back surgery. Despite his health issues, when he's been on the court, he's shown a lot of promise.
And Bass kicks to Bradley. The pass to Bass. Sullinger trying to break free. Outside for Rondo. Pass to Bass. Over Stoudemire. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Knicks shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. And Sullinger with a ground-bound game. Even before his back troubles, his game is based on strength and skill.
Yeah, no question. He's got that wide frame, able to carve out space inside. You know, he's a good rebounder. He's got a soft touch. Boston really tried to help him become a three-point shooter as well last year. So he's slowly expanding his game.
Now here's Calderon. Following the miss by Avery Bradley. Shumpert with it. Now Green defending. Here's Smith. Sullinger with the rebound. Sullinger's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Calderon against Rondo. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
A tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
Young's checked in for Avery Bradley. New York's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Calderon dishes to Shumpert. Calderon kicks to Smith. Puts it up from 12, and he knocks down the jumper. Smith's got 6 points.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Rondo against Calderon. Rondo passes to Green. Rondo drives in. Young with no one around. Boston, no good that time either.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
Calderon has the open look. They get it back. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive board.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the boards. But they've done just the opposite here.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Anthony's checked in for Dallenberg. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Shumpert. On the free throw, no good.
Well, you know, the news was mostly bad for the Celtics, but there was some good news last year. They announced they'll be renovating their arena to make it more state-of-the-art.
Pass. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
And with the Celtics in this building, guys, it isn't falling apart by any means, but the fans have been wanting an update.
And from what I understand, I mean, they're going all out. I mean, the arena turns 20 years old this season, and it's going to get a 2-decade facelift in terms of amenities and convenience.
And the Knicks last season regressing dramatically at both ends of the floor. But I was really surprised more by how they struggled offensively.
Olynyk, he's checked in for Boston. And so Bass nails both of them.
And for the Knicks, I think they've been at their best with Melo playing at the power forward position. Last season, they played him a lot more at small forward. His scoring went down, and so did their offense.
Now here's Stoudemire. Deflects the pass. Olynyk with the steal. Rondo with it. Now Stoudemire defending. The drive by Green. The fader. And he gets the bucket. Green's got it all tied up now for Boston. And for the Knicks, big money committed to Bargnani and Stoudemire at that 4 position. Is that reason enough to slide Melo back to the 3?
Boy, I think he's most potent and effective when he's playing the 4. He's got such an advantage with his quickness and ability to step out and make threes, and his strength. And defensively, he gives up a bit, but he's grown in that area. So, boy, I'd like to see Melo still be able to man that 4 position more than he plays the 3.
And the first one drops.
You know, with the Knicks having a frustrating start to the season last year, you could see it really get to Melo. It bothered him a lot, but I tell you what, he turned all that frustration into something special when he went for 62 points in a game in New York last season.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Wallace is checked in for Bass. Turner comes in for Jeff Green. And Smart subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And guys, believe it or not, with Melo, the 62 he put up that night was a record in that arena as he knocked off one of Kobe's records with that just incredible performance.
Well, when he hit that half-court shot to give him 37 at halftime, you could feel something was in the air. I tell you, there have been a lot of amazing performances in that arena, but this might have been the best I've ever seen.
Turner with it. Now Anthony defending. And it's Turner off the drive. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Celtics have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. Free throw good, Evan Turner. That one is no good. The Knicks with the lead. Anthony kicks to Smith. Smith on the wing. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. 4 seconds left. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 22 points for Carmelo Anthony.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Knicks out front, leading by 3. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Carmelo, some great numbers for you and great.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, what a remarkable half, the way he attacked the rim and scored in the paint. Defenders that were trying to slow him down any way possible, but he still got through.
Easier said than done when he's the penetrator. His speed and agility make him extremely hard to defend.
The Knicks leading by 3. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And New York looking at who they've got. J.R. Smith and Melo filling out the perimeter. Stoudemire out there with Dallenberg. And it's Calderon in at the point. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Jose Calderon signed by the Mavericks to a 4-year contract last season. Along with Monte Ellis, he helped elevate Dallas to become a top 5 team offensively.
This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second.
Well, even though he couldn't get them all to fall, he did at least make it a 2-possession game.
Sullinger, a screen on Calderon. Rondo kicks to Green. Right side, Green. Now the dish to Bass. Back to Green. Clock at 6. Bradley, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. And Clark Calderon traded this offseason to the New York Knicks. They feel they've made an upgrade at that position.
I would venture to say they did. Raymond Felton struggled last season. Felton is a better defender than Calderon, but offensively, I don't think there's much comparison. Calderon is an excellent passer, and he's one of the best shooters in league history on the catch and off the dribble.
And there's the foul, and it's on Brandon Bass. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Stoudemire dishes to Smith.
What a throw down there, man.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Here's Rondo following the score by New York. Dishes it to Green. To the paint. Bass passes to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bradley. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And it's 9 points for Avery Bradley.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Smith against Bradley. Smith kicks to Calderon. Back to Smith. New York moving it around. Stoudemire dishes to Smith. From deep. Smith missing again.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. When former college coach Brad Stevens came in to coach the Boston Celtics, some worried that he'd have a tough time winning over headstrong point guard Rajon Rondo. But the two hit it off. Rondo said they become best friends, adding, "We talk every day. We laugh and joke. He has my full support. I'm behind him 100%. Kevin?
Rondo keeping an open mind and making himself accountable to Stevens' vision, Doris. Thanks.
The pick wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
New York calls timeout.
Well, it's been said about Rajon Rondo that he's the smartest guy in the room and also might be the most stubborn. He's got a terrific IQ for the game, but he's opinionated. We've seen him butt heads with coaches in high school, college, and the pros, but that certainly doesn't take away from his greatness. He's a winner, a champion, and a terrific point guard.
Well, you're right. It has fueled his rise, whether it was at Kentucky, growing up in Louisville, or certainly playing with the Boston Celtics. Among some very important players, Hall of Famers like Allen and Garnett and Paul Pierce. He may have needed a little bit of that just to kind of clear the clutter and show that he could be a leader. And here's Rondo after Amari Stoudemire's bucket. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. Shot from 16. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Calderon's got his third rebound tonight. The shot by Anthony, no good.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
The drive by Rondo. Here's Sullinger, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
First team's first.
Well, Jared Sullinger grew up with the game. His father was a demanding high school coach, and the word is that Jared was actually doing footwork drills at the age of 2, shooting regulation free throws by 3. You see how strong he is, and he's got a great IQ and skill for the game.
Now, here is Smith, 13 points in the game. Here's Calderon, knocks down the 10-footer. Calderon's got 9.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
And Sullinger's father coaching into a state title his junior season at Northland High School.
Yeah, Satch, one of the outstanding high school coaches in the state of Ohio, enjoying retirement now. And, you know, the season prior to that, they'd been eliminated from the playoffs after his father, Satch, sat Jared down for failing to turn in a school assignment. He was sending Jared a message, no shortcuts, athletically or academically. Message was received.
Absolutely.
He's so reliable, and you know his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Rondo kicks to Green, 14 feet away. It's rebounded by New York. Dallenberg's got his 5th rebound in this one. Calderon in the corner. Sullinger with the rebound. Sullinger's got 11 rebounds in the game. Outside Rondo. Smith against Sullinger. Six to shoot. Green, the pass to Rondo. Rejected by Dallenberg.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And it's Smith penetrating. Here's Calderon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Checking out the game Jose Calderon is having. He has 9 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
Well, he's going to have to continue to play this way, Clark, because this offense thrives on his passing ability, and they've got it going right now.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
I like the work they've been doing in the low post, too. I mean, we've seen a lot of points coming on the inside all day.
Celtics had a rough time in the East, and a lot of it was because they just would get worn down as the game went on. Had a very difficult time after halftime, in fact.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for New York. And Calderon drops them both. Boston with a 21-31 record against the rest of the conference last year, and it was because of what you said, Clark, being unable to fight back.
Yeah, they would just either run out of steam after the half or run out of options at some point later in the game. They've got to find a way to be able to sustain good play for longer periods.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside Rondo. Feeds it to Bradley. On the wing, Green. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Calderon dishes to Stoudemire. Shumpert against Bradley. And Shumpert kicks to Anthony. Goes up on the wing. That's good. Anthony's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks.
Well, this is what he does. He's shooting it well. He's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Rondo passes to Green. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. 22 points for Jeff Green.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Calderon dishes to Stoudemire. Pass to Shumpert for the 3. And Jared Sullinger pulls it down. The Celtics have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. And Bass kicks to Bradley. Poke loose. It's stolen by Calderon. He dishes it to Carmelo. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And the Celtics making a change here. Thornton's checked in. Stoudemire outside. Passes to Shumpert. 6 to shoot. The wide open look here for Anthony. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Anthony's got 28 points for the game. Outside Rondo. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. The feed to Green. Lets it go from 14.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
The drive by Shumpert. Green with the block. Now Rondo. He's got 5. He feeds it to Sullinger. Back to Rondo. Kicks it to Bass. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound. Stoudemire's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here we go. Fast break. Calderon's got it. Outside Shumpert. Back to Calderon. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And some changes here for the Celtics. Olynyk, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Wallace comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Turner in for Jeff Green. And then for New York, Jason Smith, he's checked in for Dallenberg. Hardaway is subbed in for Stoudemire. Now here's Rondo. He kicks it to Turner. Outside Rondo. Nice ball movement by Boston. Shot clock at 6. Olynyk, the turnaround jumper. Counting. Olynyk's got 8.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Back to Calderon. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And the Knicks lead by 7.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
Well, they might as well continue to pull up and let it fly.
Now here's Turner. Fader on the way. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Now here's Calderon. He's got 13 on the wing. Shumpert. Smith with a screen on Turner. Rondo with the steal. Hardaway against Turner. Great D that time from Hardaway.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Now the pass to Calderon. Outside Anthony. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Jason Smith is a really good player, but he's had some tough luck with injuries recently between the torn labrum in his shoulder back in 2013 and then a knee issue last season. He's only managed to play 82 games over the last 2 years.
And Jason Smith, a valuable pick-and-pop big man who's also a strong finisher inside. Some nice versatility offensively.
I'd agree, and defensively, he's able to get off of his feet and block some shots, too, so he's a really quality big guy.
Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in, and a switch here also for New York. Leone's checked in. And both free throws good for Anthony.
The New York Knicks were ranked as the NBA's most valuable franchise recently, and with team value skyrocketing, the Knicks came in at around $1.5 billion. That's a B, billion.
Shumpert with it, picked up by Turner. Here's Prigioni. Pass to Hardaway. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Olynyk with the steal. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
It's been a solid outing for Olynyk. He's got 8 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
It shows you what an intelligent defender he can be on the ball. He really understands the game.
And that one falls for Olynyk. And, of course, for the Knicks, a huge part of their value comes from playing in the Big Apple.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. The business and media capital of the United States, you know, they go out of their way to attract the big stars to the games. Courtside seats for the top names. That helps give the Knicks an allure, kind of a glamour that a lot of franchises don't have.
And so Olynyk nails both of them.
Kelly Olynyk out of Gonzaga was a point guard for the majority of his high school career before a growth spurt shot him up to 7 feet tall. You can see the result of playing point guard for so long. He's a big man with shooting and ball handling skills of a much smaller player.
Here's Prigioni. 6 on the shot clock. A clear look for Hardaway. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Hardaway has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Smart passes to Olynyk. Takes the turnaround J, and he gets the bucket.
And Olynyk, growing up in a basketball family, his father a coach at the collegiate level, also coached his own kids. His mother a longtime referee. So Kelly's instincts and understanding of the game certainly benefited from that wealth of knowledge growing up.
And the basket by Prigioni.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they sure have gotten hot from out there.
We've got 1:18 left in the 3rd. Here's Thornton. Rebounded by Hardaway. And Olynyk in his final season at Gonzaga, leading Division I basketball, Clark, and player efficiency rating.
Well, we know the analytics guys are going to love this, but he shot 63% from the field, Kevin, even shooting a number of shots from the perimeter. And the survey of NBA GMs ranks him the top skill of the draft, and I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, he's a big guy that's mobile, skilled, with tremendous upside.
Here's Shumpert. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Back to Anthony. The three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And the basket by Thornton.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
He dishes to Carmelo. A fadeaway. Good. Anthony's got 10 points here in the second half.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Smart with the ball. The dish to Olynyk. Feeds to Smart. And here's Thornton. Can't connect from short range. And we've reached the end of the third. Knicks lead by 5. And we'll return shortly. Celtics trail by 5. At the 2 and 3, it's Avery Bradley and Jeff Green. Jared Sullinger is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Smart in at point guard. Johnson's in the game for the Celtics.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Now here's Anthony. And he gets it to go. Anthony's got 34.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Right on that shot. With that, their Knick lead is cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Green.
Yeah, he's almost putting on a little show out there with that fadeaway jumper.
And Prigioni kicks to Hardaway. Dishes it to Smith. Anthony left side. And again, it's New York.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Sullinger with a screen for Smart. Pass to Green. Fades back. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
I mean, that's just too weak on the coverage. Heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you the game.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And Prigioni kicks to Stoudemire. Just 5 on the clock. Prigioni passes to Stoudemire. Hardaway dishes to Anthony. Smith outside. Hardaway kicks to Prigioni. From downtown, and he gets the bucket.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Now here's Bradley. Here's Green, and it's Boston with another.
This is the kind of one-man performance that can win games for a team.
Yeah, he's unflappable, Steve. He doesn't seem rattled at all by the score and is now 4 for 4 in the quarter.
Anthony with it. He's guarded by Bass. And he gets it to go. Anthony's got 38 points.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Celtics. Samuel Dallenberg is checked in for New York. Calderon comes in for Pablo Prigioni. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Calderon against Rondo. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Shooting for New York, Jose Coleman, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Calderon drops them both. Well, the Celtics had a lot of problems, Clark, in a number of places last year, but at home they just struggled to put up points.
And, you know, they hadn't been known for being a high-scoring team in recent years, but no amount of defense could have made up for their woeful offense.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Anthony sets the pick for Stoudemire. Smith drives in, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot two. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. J.R. Smith 2 years ago, 6th man of the year, Steve, and he signed a nice multi-year extension.
Yeah, but his struggles in the playoffs were a sign of things to come. He was suspended to start last season, and knee surgery in the offseason really pushed him back in terms of conditioning and rhythm.
The first one falls.
And the issues for Smith just continued last season, and they were self-inflicted. You know, after untying Sean Marion's shoes during a free throw, the league warned him. And then he did it again the very next game. He drew a $50,000 fine as a result. Boy, that's a lot of cheese to give up for some buffoonery.
Smith hits them both.
And the Knicks frustrated with Smith's antics. It didn't seem like he learned from his fine. A little over a month later, he intentionally tugged down Vince Carter's headband during a game. He was asking for trouble, but the league let him slide.
Now here's Sullinger. The drive by Rondo. Releases from 15. It's rebounded by New York. Stoudemire's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Nash with a screen for Rondo. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Now here's Calderon. He dishes it to Smith. There's the triple. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Bradley. Sullinger, a screen on Smith. They kick it out to Green for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Smith right side. Wide open look. And again, it's New York.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Now Rondo. Sullinger, a screen on Calderon. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Bradley against Anthony. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Celtics trail by 8. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. It's Bradley on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. New York's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Bradley. Now the feed to Sullinger. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
New York calls timeout.
Well, kind of an interesting paradox for Jeff Green. He's much better offensively playing at the power forward spot as a spread 4, but defensively he's much better guarding 3s.
Here's Smith. He feeds it to Calderon. Shoots the three. That's good. Calderon's got the lead up to 9 now for New York.
Well, it took him a long time to get that three-point range. Maybe this will get him going.
Now a timeout called by Boston. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey guys, well Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. No surprise really, the turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
Now here's Rondo. It's Bradley on the wing. Kicks it to Sullinger. And Samuel Dalembert picks up the foul. Sullinger, a screen on Calderon. And the pass to Bradley. Here's the three. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. That's 12 points for Avery Bradley.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Now here's Stoudemire. Back to Calderon. He kicks it to Stoudemire. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
It had been 6 straight years for the Celtics that they had made the playoffs, but that run came to an end last season as they were clearly in full rebuild mode.
And the first one drops. Well, a lot of storied franchises missed the playoffs last year, and Boston was one of them. But, Steve, they knew it would be a tough season early on.
Well, trading away the talent they did, they knew how the season would play out. You know, ultimately it was the right thing to do because they are in a good position to build upon youth going forward.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, Steve, right from the start last season, some upheaval for the New York Knicks with the front office shaking.
Yeah, surprising move when you consider that the team was coming off a 54-win season in 2013 and the team's first second-round appearance in over a decade.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Dalembert with the ball. Pass on him for 3. Smith. That is good. Smith's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for New York.
And for the Knicks coaching staff last season, you think about it, guys, it had to be tough. The GM who hired you no longer with the organization. Ownership basically saying championship or bust. A lot of different pressure coming from different sources in the Knicks situation.
Now here's Anthony. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Anthony's got 40 points.
Now he's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 to shoot. Bradley kicks to Rondo. And again, Boston with the triple.
And with a new front office again this season, the Zen Master, Phil Jackson at the helm, new coaching staff. We'll see if the Knicks can create a stable foundation moving forward.
Now here's Stoudemire, and he gets it to go. Stoudemire's got 4 this quarter. And Clark, they're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think the clock is a factor right now, at least not yet. I mean, they don't need to change their pace of play. Keep attacking.
Yeah, I agree. You got to make sure you take your time, but start to be more effective and efficient with each possession, and you got to buckle down defensively.
And the Knicks with possession here. After the basket by Boston. The 3 from Anthony. Here's Dalembert. And Boston with the rebound. Outside Bradley. Lets it go from 11. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And that's the goal every time down. Just find a high percentage shot.
Calderon kicks to Stoudemire. Back to Calderon. Pass to Smith. Stoudemire dishes to Calderon. from past the arc. And the shot is good. Calderon's got 15 points here in the second half.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
Yeah, and that's fine as long as you're making them, but make sure you don't start launching bad shots. That's a problem.
Rondo with a clean look, and again, Boston with the triple.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Calderon passes to Stoudemire. Bradley against Smith. Anthony right side. Fires from the wing. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 5 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 7. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. Bradley kicks to Bass. Trying his luck deep. Another miss by Rondo.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Now, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Now here's Sullinger. Outside, Green. The dish now to Rondo. For the 3. Bradley can't get it to go. New York leading by 7. Anthony with it. Now Green defending. Smith dishes to Stoudemire. Anthony left side. Anthony left side. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
5 seconds.
Clock at 4. It's rebounded by Bass. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, it's been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
Here's Anthony following the bucket by the Celtics. Feeds to Calderon. Stoudemire outside. Back to Calderon. From 13. Can't get it to go. So the Celtics will take it the other way.
Not much time to work with. They need a basket here.
Yep, they've got to get a steal or foul to stop the clock.
Sinks it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Team shooting for New York. Jose taking 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dishes it to Sullinger to tie it up. Connects. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
You talk about clutch scores. Man, what a threat.
And the defense better smother him quick before he takes control of this game.
New York calls timeout. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Calderon. To the wing on the left. Rondo with the steal. To take the lead. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. We've got overtime action now, folks. Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke on our sideline, and this is Kevin Harlan. And so off the tip, it's Boston. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court right now for the Celtics. Speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. Brandon Bass is out there with Green, and it's Sullinger in at the 5 spot. Calderon against Rondo. Passes it to Stoudemire. Back to Calderon. Anthony with it. Out to the right wing. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Calderon, that time on the assist by Anthony. Calderon's got 25 points in the game. Shumpert against Bradley. Sullinger screen on Shumpert. Bradley, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. We're just over a minute into overtime here. Shumpert passes to Calderon. Anthony against Sullinger. Takes the 13-footer. That's good. Anthony's got 44. Celtics trail by 3. Outside Rondo. Bass with a screen for Rondo. And Bass kicks to Green. He dishes it to Rondo. Moves back up. Bass's shot. Good.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now here's Shumpert. And it's off from 3-point range. Rondo drives in. Bradley, no one around him. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
D'Alembert sets a screen for Shumpert. And it's good off the back rim and in. And the Knicks lead by 1.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. Right side, Rondo. Good on the shot. And here's Calderon. New York calls timeout. Calderon is screen on Bradley. The 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Rondo. The feed to Bradley. Back to Rondo. Kicks to Bradley. The Celtics working the ball around now. Like at 6. Passes shot. Good. And now it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
Great work inside for 2 vital points. That was an ideal scenario for him. Point-blank range, big height advantage, and he cashed in perfectly.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
The Celtics have gotten things started superbly in overtime, hitting 5 of the first 7 shots. The drive by Rondo, taken away by Anthony. On the wing, Shumpert. He's covered by Rondo. And it's Calderon, that time on the assist by Shumpert. Calderon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Unbelievable basket. What a huge height disadvantage. I thought for sure it would be blocked.
Not this fella, Steve. Not at this stage of the game. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way.
There's the pass to Brandt. Shumpert with some nice D. New York's gone 1 of 3 from three-point range since the end of regulation. Calderon dishes to Shumpert. He feeds it to Carmelo. Trifecta!
This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
And here's Rondo. There's 53 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Sullinger is screen on Calderon. And Bass kicks to Sullinger.
Hang time on that rim. Puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agree. Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert for Clark.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 9 when they've shot the basketball in overtime. Rondo, he nails it, and we're tied up. And the crowd roaring to life.
That was a huge shot. And they're just about dancing in the aisles now.
What an eruption in this building.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. The score is knotted at 135. There's 21 seconds left in overtime. And New York making a change here. Smith has checked in. So it's the Knicks now. Now Calderon. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Pulls up from the corner. Oh, no good. Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Now, here's Green, and it's Rondo penetrating. Got it! To win it. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot, no good. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. Clark, what a game.
Yeah, they kept their cool, stayed with the game plan, and that's why they came out on top.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hi, Kevin, here with Rajon Rondo. And Rajon, when you look back on tonight's win, what ultimately decided this game?
Stops. I think we executed offensively, came up with some lucky plays, and we got stops at the end.
Rajon, thank you. Kevin, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Jeff Green.